All right, if you want to make a lot of change in your life, listen up. This is what you need to hear. I think a lot of people, they're distracted by their ego and they don't really think rationally. They think rationally because as humans, we think rationally in the realm of our emotions, but we don't actually think objectively. And this is incredibly important to learn because when you start to look at things for what they are and not what you think they are, you can place your bets a lot more, with a lot more precision and actually be real with yourself. For example, let's say, my dream school to go to is Harvard, you know, one of the most amazing, prestigious universities of the world, if not the most prestigious university of the world. Now, let's say I also have a GPA of 3.0, no extracurriculars. I didn't apply myself to the material I was trying to learn. I didn't do much to try to help improve my community. I looked down upon others and simply didn't have much of a social circle because of that. You see, all these little things, they add up and it makes it unrealistic. And so when you think about it, you might be thinking, oh, I'll probably get into this university that I really want to get into. But in reality, there's so many other people that are like you, exactly like you, who are applying to this university. And this is something that I had to really learn this past year because I'm a senior in college, or not in college, a senior in high school in my second semester, and college has been on my mind quite a bit, and seeing all these people get, you know, accepted, deferred, and rejected, it, I think subconsciously has weighed on my mind quite a bit. And I try to not let it get in my way, but of course it does in very small ways. So a lot of it was trying to overcome my pride. The seven deadly sins are, well, I'm not sure if I'll remember them, but like get them from memory. But one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest one, is pride. It's exactly what a lot of people deal with and struggle against. Because pride is your ego, and as humans, we are naturally egotistical. Not in a bad way, but because that was how we were able to survive. We had to fend for ourselves and put ourselves first to survive. It's like when you're in a plane, they always tell you, put your mask on first before you help others get their mask on. That's exactly the same premise. Now once you realize that your ego is getting in the way of where you want to be in life, you can actually achieve what you want to achieve in life. And yes, it may take longer, it may be a lot more stressful, but over time, if you truly want this, it's possible. That's the thing. Now, I want to express this to you because in my high school career, well, yeah, my high school running career, uh, I had gotten off of my ACL injury and I was incredibly depressed for the longest time. There was a large time where I was not sure I would ever run again. And I went to PT just about every day for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. And it was a struggle. I could barely bend my knee because of the surgery. And it was just swollen like a balloon. It was just had all these holes in it because of the microscopic cameras they have to insert in and all these different tools that they used and the tourniquet, all of that stuff. And it really, really messed up not only my health, obviously, but also my mental health and how I thought of myself and what I wanted to become. Now, I remember one time where I just like absolutely started bawling because I was trying to get in the shower and my family was not very helpful. I kept telling them I'm in immense pain. They wouldn't put me on the painkillers because of reasons, and it was just like the worst period of my life. I couldn't sleep. I was struggling to get in the shower because I literally could not get over this tiny metal rail right where the shower slider goes. And so I was extremely worried that I would fall with the stitches in my knee and it would just be a mess. It was my greatest fear of all time. And that really, really impacted me emotionally. I remember there were so many times where I just couldn't stop bawling because of all of this going on and the fact that I just like couldn't get over this metal rail into the shower. It's almost like a symbol for what I was going through physically. Or well, it was almost like a symbol for what I was going through mentally, is what I meant to say. Um and I say this because a lot of times that's how it works, Your physical obstacles correspond with your mental obstacles. And it shows up, you even think about trauma and how, when you get extremely nervous, you might get the shakes, you might perspirate like crazy, perspire like crazy, sweat like crazy. Um, and, it just shows the connection between your mental health and your physical health. So back to my story with the ACL. It took me weeks upon weeks of immense pain. They would strap me onto this electrical machine. What was it called? I think a stim. And it was so bad. It was torture, literally torture. Um, and the poor lady, like thought I wasn't trying, so she did it on the other leg, and it just shot up. Like what we were trying to do was straighten my leg out, and like couldn't do it for the life of me. It felt like it had to feel like there was like at least like 600 pounds on my like foot as I'm lifting my shin up. And so she did it on the other leg. Boom, shot up within an instant. And she's like, "Oh, you're not messing around. Like this is an actual problem." I was like, "Yeah, I'm literally here and like tears like rolling down my cheeks." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is tough." And it was just some of the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. And you know, so with that, each day I had to stay patient and I had to have faith in something greater. I had to know that each day I was becoming better and better, and it was only a matter of time before I would be exactly where I needed to be. And so fast forward, we get through months and months of this physical therapy, and I've been icing my knee day in, day out. I've been elevating it. I've been doing everything I can to minimize the damage done at this point. Now, I am starting to walk, and this is something incredible to me. I have started to walk with my physical therapist, and it's basically a limp at this point because I haven't truly been able to fully bend my knee yet, but the amount of excitement and enthusiasm in my face that you could see was something else. And I had hope for the first time. And once you get to that point, after having gone through all of this hardship, you realize that this is nothing. You can do this. You can get through this. So I then began to slowly jog a few weeks later. And that slowly turned into a slow run, then into a run, and then into a fast run, and then into a sprint. And throughout this time, it gets exponentially easier because of the compounding effect. You stack your wins, and that gives you confidence, and it becomes a positive feedback loop. And before I know it, I'm back with the team. We're training. It's cross-country season, and we qualify at regionals to go to nationals. And this was one of the most incredible times of my life. We flew out to Oregon, Portland, Oregon, where the Nike headquarters were, and it was one of the most amazing, life-changing experiences I had ever been through. And yeah, it was one hell of a race. Extremely cold, but extremely fulfilling, and I'll never forget it. So yeah, just remember, whenever things get hard, just push through and have faith within yourself, and it'll be okay. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.